Well, let's see if we can recreate this drawing. To begin with, I'll click File and New, and you'll be faced with this little dialog box, Select Template Drawing. It's a list of all the templates that you can use. You can make your own templates, but in this case I'm going to select one called Tropical Informal Design. In my incarnation here I don't have a description for it, but hopefully yours will. I'll go OK, and we swing from the existing drawing that we were looking at into a new drawing based on that template. The template is not altered, it's a brand new drawing but brings the template environment in. So what you can see is firstly a grid showing. To remove the grid, just click on that square tab down in the status line. Over on the right is a version of our design. It gives us something to copy and something to work with. But what we're going to do to begin with is to put down the footprint of the house. And I've been provided with a little mud map, and what I'm going to do is to start up in this corner here in the top left and run across and then down and up and in and so on to put that footprint down. The reason to do that is that if you put the footprint of the house down first, you can then locate boundaries from some convenient point on the building. In this case it's relatively straightforward. It's just an offset from that line to the front boundary and an offset from this line to the side boundaries and so on. Relatively straightforward because we have lines that are at right angles or orthogonal to one another. So let's begin. We'll start by simply taking that measure tool and just checking that from here across to about here we've got enough space, and we do have 97 metres, so the whole design will fit in the space that we've got. What we'll do now is start up in this corner of the house and start working with our mud map. So let's begin. We'll start by going Draw and Line, and for the moment we'll just pick an arbitrary point somewhere around top left and head off in the direction we want to go. And make sure that Polar is on. That will ensure that we can draw lines. If we allow our cursor to sort of snap to that horizontal plane, we can type 23.4 feet, which is the first distance. The design or the footprint of the house then comes down 4.5 feet. It goes across in this direction 28.2. I'm just reading off the mud map here. We go down 19.0 feet in that direction, 24.65. You can see the only care I'm taking is to make sure I'm going either horizontally or vertically. We go down here, 45.25. Across here, 19.55. You see that the person who did this mud map is really quite accurate. We go up 39.2. Then there's a small indent, 7.3 feet, and then 29.6 in this direction. Now if the mud map, and then right click to finish, if the mud map's been perfectly accurate, these two end points where the start point and the end point should meet, then you can see there's a very slight difference. We're slightly out in the measurements. Let's just check how far out we are. We're 0.1 of a foot, so I think most of us would agree that's more than accurate enough. What I'll do now is to trim off that corner and show you a neat trick. We can go Modify and Fillet, and all you need to do is just pick each line, and that automatically squares up the boundary. It's a very neat and very useful tool. So we have the footprint of the house. The swimming pool goes in this area here, but we're more interested in the design for the front garden area. So I'll put the details of all those dimensions in the notes, and you might like to follow through to put that footprint down.